In this video, we will learn how to measure current using the circuit that is shown. We'll have a voltage source of 12 volts and a resistor of 1K ohm, and then two resistors connected in parallel, 3.3 K ohms and 6.8 K ohms. So the first current we'll measure is the total current, which you can see on the top right. And then the bottom left will show the current through R2, and the bottom right will show the current through the third resistor, which in this case is R12. So I will be demonstrating this on the breadboard. So here's our setup on the breadboard. As you can see, we have the red wire here that's bringing in power. We got resistor 1, and we got resistor 2 and 3 in parallel. Okay, connected to our 12 volt power supply, and then our multimeter. So the first current we want to measure is the total current. So the way we can do that is detach power that's coming in from the power rails. So you can see here I've got the power rails. I'm going to have plus 12 volts coming in, and I've opened the circuit at the beginning of R1. So if we go back to the diagram, that's where we're opening the circuit. In this case, it's labeled R7. All right, so I'm going to connect my red probe into power. Okay, so the red probe is going to go to power, and then my black probe is going to connect into the same column as R1. Okay. So I'll turn on the power. I'm going to set my meter to measure current. I'm on the 20 milliamp scale. You can see I get 3.73 milliamps. So this is the total current that would be flowing into resistor 1 and then into resistors 2 and 3. So now I'm going to cut off the power. Okay. I'm going to disconnect my probes. Okay. Now I'm going to connect power back to the circuit. So now I've got power connected to the circuit. I want to measure the current through R2 and R3. So what I want to do is open R2 like so. So now I've disconnected R2, and so now I'm going to connect power coming out of R1. So I'm going to grab the current as it comes out of R1 into my meter, and then I'm going to connect the other side of my meter to resistor 2. So this is analogous to this here. Okay, I've opened up R2, and now I'm going to connect my meter in series with R2. So the current is going to go through R1. It's going to continue through R3, but then it's going to go into the meter here, come out of the meter here into R2 to ground. So now I'll cut on my power. You can see we get 2.52 milliamps. And then the final, we'll cut off the power. And then to get it through R3, okay, we'll disconnect the probes. Okay, we're going to connect R2. Connect R2 back. It's the way it was originally. So now we're back to the original circuit. So now what I want to do is disconnect R3. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect R3 and then do the same thing. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to grab the current as it comes out of R1, and then I'm going to let it go through the meter. Then it will come out of the meter and go through R3, okay, which is here, R3. So we'll cut on power, and we get 1.21 milliamps. So this has been a very quick video, just showing you how you can measure current through a resistor using your digital multimeter.